wouldn't miss this one. Yeah, let's keep it rolling. We are 2-0. Well, thank you for everybody that hung around. Um, it was a cool moment for us there at the end. Really proud of our guys. I just told them in the locker room. Remain humble through this whole thing. Enjoy it tonight. Come back in the morning with a really humble approach. We gotta reset and continue to believe in our process. Continue to believe in each other and continue to play for each other. We talked last night about just continue to put our identity on display. I talked about identity a lot going into last week, talked about identity a lot this summer. A really mentally and physically tough football team that's process driven, that's really focused, and that plays for each other. Told these guys in the locker room that in modern day college football, what everybody talks about and what everybody writes about, but in modern day college football, it's really, really hard to do what these guys are doing right now, which is not listening to anybody outside of our building, trust in their inner circle, believe in their inner circle, and just continue to be proud of building something. They're continuing to tell their story, and very similar to last week. There's probably not just a bunch of popping stats. We lost the time of possession again, but ultimately we found a way to win. And that 5-5 whatever mark, I thought, man, we're gonna have one drive. We had to play it like we had one drive. Our defense created another drive. Thought we used the timeouts the right way. And then the challenge was to make sure we secured the ball. Um, Tried to go punch it in at the end. We were going to put it in one guy's hands at the end, and that's Byram. He did a phenomenal job. So really cool moment for our kids. Really incredible moment for our fan base. Really incredible moment for everybody that's believed in us for the last couple of years. This is not the end of the road. We got to reset. We've got a huge game next week, and ultimately they're all huge. Um, as we continue, we got everything in front of us that we want, but we got to continue to reset, go back to our process tomorrow, have the best Sunday we've ever had, and have the best Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and get a chance to go play another really good football team. But I'm super, super humbled sitting here in front of you. Really proud of our guys. Really proud of them just continue to play the next play. So I'll open it up to questions. I didn't say anything to Nico, Joey. I really didn't. He is really, really hard to talk to. He's the same way in practice. You can't talk to him. I sit there, blow the whistle, try to distract him in practice, and he talks to himself in Spanish. Um, I don't know what he says. Um, I took Spanish too as a senior. Um, Honestly, cheated most of the way through, got an A, and but I have no idea what he says. But whatever he says is working. So hopefully, it just keeps rolling. But I didn't say anything. Um, he missed the long one. We're right at his max line there. I did say to him afterwards, "We're going to need you again," um, and got all the confidence in the world that he's going to go make it. So super proud of him. Somehow Jeremy Lee's got the ball and gave it to him there in the locker room. But he's a special young man.
The ball went through the uprights. On, but was anything in your mind?
Yeah, just I don't know, man. I feel like the older I get, just continue to reinforce what I really believe in, which is process driven leadership, process driven team. Proud of our players, proud of our coaches, proud of our support staff. I'm grateful for moments like this, grateful for the opportunities I've gotten. I really wanted to see my family. I asked a lot of
Yeah.
people to go grab them. I told my wife and kiddos, man, I'm grateful to them. They're the ones that don't have a dad most of the year, and they're the ones that really moments like this are for.
There's a million things to talk about in this game, but on the final drive, a little swing pass to Alvin Isaac. He was bottled up and he turned into a 27-yard game, a bunch of tackles. He did a lot tonight.
He did. Yeah. Huh. You know, the pass rush was starting to go there, and it's a little chip screen. Um, been good for us. It was good for us last week. Probably got to change it up a little bit here going into next week. But um, when the rush is good, the screen game's good, and he's a really really good football player. Plays on every special team for us. Um, he went to high school right here in Gainesville,
Yeah.
so pretty cool moment for him. He stayed the course. He had a tough freshman year. We asked him to change his number 2 weeks ago because him and I are Singleton are both on kickoff and punt. Selfless young man that just keeps pouring into his process, and man, huge play.
Kind of a microcosm of the single.
Yeah, that group, man, they really bought into each other. You know, there's a handful of transfers that came in, and we were so guarded of what transfers we bring in. But those guys kind of came in, and I give Mac Harris a lot of credit. Give Shu a lot of credit. Tavin Ward, Ruck, Josh Saliskar, Jacob Merrifield, Devin Lee. These older guys that have played a ton of football. Taking guys like James Chenault, taking guys like Fred Gaskin, and have selflessly poured into those guys. And we've had to teach them, and we've had to force them to do it. And man, the look in guy like Mac Harris, who's been through the crappiest of crappy here, to just man, Joey, it's so fascinating. Like for 2 years, every time something bad happened, they both sides, but specifically the defense would come off the field, and it was like somebody's fault. And in losing programs, that's what it is. It's nobody takes ownership, and everybody points the finger. And man, it's been a straight gloves off fist fight to get that change. And I give Todd Orlando a lot of credit, James Rowe, DeMarcus Van Dyke, KP, Chad Creamer, those guys for forcing our defensive players to just stay the course and buy into a next play mentality. And how about the bend and don't break defense today, man? Really, really special. 4 of 12 on third down, forced 2 punts at the end. And gosh darn it, we just can't win the time possession battle. I tried in the first half, but they created 2 possessions there at the end, and we needed both of them. Okay.
So this is an old school field goal game for the longest time, and then you what, look at play.
Yeah, so I could lie to you and tell you that was the best schemed up play we've ever had. That was us trying to get them with 12 guys on the field. And they didn't call the 12
You had
guys
a
on the
line
field.
change going.
And
They did that.
they didn't give us the penalty. And
Yeah.
if they have 12 on the field, Byron's job is to snap it and throw it vertical. It was uh, there's really no play design there. I wish I could take some credit.
Okay.
But for the second week in a row, Key went up and got a ball and then
Yeah.
did something with the ball.
And it probably doesn't matter in the big picture, but it looked like on Nico's first field goal attempt, you were trying to call a timeout, and I guess they didn't.
Yeah, I thought the time was going to run out,
Yeah.
and then I tried to argue that I called the timeout. I didn't get it off in time. But losing 5 yards there would have been absolutely critical for us. I didn't want to lose the five. Um, But by the time I looked up, I saw it was winding down. I was trying to take it because that was truly at his max line.
Yeah. I don't know how big picture you are tonight, Rhett, but this is a significant win for a program you're trying to promote and build. Dive into that or in terms of how big was this win, or are you more like we got to go next week?
Yeah, I'm just so happy for our kids, man. Like I'm so happy for our players, the ones that bought in, the ones that have stayed the course, the ones that have bought into this process-driven program. I want them to enjoy it. I want them to reap the benefit of that. And then we have to move on. We have to. I think I've said this before. I think the first time you can reflect, you have to watch it, be really critical, um, because you have to keep growing and you have to keep getting better because this is week two. This is such a long season and there's so many other things we have to attain at this point. I should say there's so many other things we get to attain at this point, but I do want to enjoy it. I do want them to feel like they did something really, really cool, which is won a football game against a really good opponent. Um,
Here,
yeah, on the road for sure, but we have to reset because we got to go do the same thing again next week. And so I've said this before, but I really I don't think you reflect until it's all over, and then you sit down and you evaluate the program, and you got to go find ways to get better. But for us in year three, with a bunch of seniors and a bunch of young guys that are playing really, really tough, resilient football, they're playing the next play over and over again and not letting the previous play affect their mindset. I'm really proud of them. I think huge, like you look at it, the key to the whole thing was they were going to run the football. They're really good at running the football. You got a veteran offensive line. The running back is a really good player. They create so many formation movements that you have to be so sound with your eyes. Um, and I thought in the first half, I told the defense at halftime, I thought there was a bunch of guys trying to do too much, to be honest with you. Guys were out of position at times, guys were trying to overcompensate. We gave up some big runs, but you knew that off of the run game, there was going to be max protection shots. And we spent so much time on the max protection shot piece. But for them to drive the ball efficiently, they were gonna they were gonna run the football, and at some point, when you're trying to run, take a shot, run, take a shot, you're gonna screw it up. So the longer the field is, the more chance there is that they screw it up. I think you also force them to screw it up. So I wasn't okay punting the football, but I was certainly okay pinning them and making them drive the field. They've got a young quarterback. That kid is super, super talented, but it's hard to go up and down the field over and over again, especially when our defense was aggressive, our defense was gang tackling. We affected the quarterback in a lot of ways early, and we took away that big shot early. And I think when that's what you do offensively, you get out of rhythm. Um, the punter did a phenomenal job too. He did a great job pinning him. Not sure the exact stats, but it had to be about 45 yards a punt. He did a really good job. 47.8 yards a punt. It's a phenomenal job.
Coach, on your touchdown drive, great play to go for the touchdown, but the first play of that drive, a great catch coming out of the backfield, getting 15, 16 yards to start the drive. How important was that?
To be honest with you, going into halftime and then really going into the going into the fourth quarter, but really right there in the middle of the third quarter, I was beyond frustrated with us getting a drive going. Um, we were struggling on first down. You saw us become really pass happy on first down. Then defensively, they went to a three down, took their rush off the field, and we're going to force you to run the football. I thought we did a decent job running the football to get it started, but we had a better, easier time running the ball as we picked up the first down. That I thought that was a really good play design to pick up the first one for us to be able to pick our tempo up. That was a good play.
Coach, on defense, especially in the second half, guys are out there in an island. They got to make a play one-on-one, and they pretty much made every tackle. How proud are you of that defense?
Yeah, really, really proud. They that's how they practice. That's the mentality. That's the leadership in that room. They drew a line in the sand at some point this summer. They really did. I named the guys I give credit to, but I'm so proud of that group. They kept playing the next play, and we knew we would need them in the fourth quarter. And cool group of kids, man. Really cool group of kids.
When it comes to offensive side of the ball, another guy that made an impact, at least on the younger side of things, is Christian
Christian
Neptune.
Neptune.
Kind of talk about the impact he made, the fact that is a true freshman wideout making plays like that, running routes like that against a team that is a really talented defense in Florida.
Yeah, started his second game here. Running 90,000. Pretty special cat. Him and Moody Rubin did a great job. You know, Moody has been a little bit banged up. Christian, man, special player. Special player, special young guy. I grabbed him on Wednesday. You could kind of sense he was getting a little bit anxious. Said, dude, one play at a time. We believe in you. We love you. Byram is the one that brought up, man, you should grab him for a second, just talk to him. Christian said, I needed that. He's a special young man. That's why I say we have these older guys, we have this leadership for Byram to say, Coach, will you grab Christian for a second? Just tell him you believe in him. It's growth, that's maturity. By the way, Byram's a pretty special cat too.
I know you want to wait for reflection until it's all over, but probably going to be ranked tomorrow. And that's a very significant thing for this program. Does that mean anything at this point?
I don't think so, Joey. I think there's still so much to play for. There's still so much ahead of us that we got to do as a program. Told the guys last week, and I truly believe this. There's going to be so many people that are going to tell them how good they are now, how good we are, how good I am. When you're process driven, you just go right back to work and you worry about Sunday and you worry about Monday. And I know you guys are sick of me saying that, but I truly believe that. I think when you buy into a process and you buy into working extremely hard at something without worrying about the end result, I think it allows you to have peace with your daily life. Um, I'd love to be in that conversation in January. I think that would mean something.
Obviously, the way you started the season, with very rigorous schedule, you got 2 wins. Are you enjoying this? Is it just, are you trying to keep your blinders on, or is this like, am I having the time of my life here? What's your feeling about what's happening in 2 weeks in?
So I started out as a high school coach, man. I, a lot of people have done a lot to help me get to this point. I, it's never been about me. And you ask anybody I've ever worked with, I've ever been with, um, my wife, if I ever made it about me, she would smack the living crap out of me. It's about servant leadership. It's about giving more of yourself than ever taking from the group. I'm living my dream every day. And I got an incredible wife and two amazing kids and an incredible staff and an administration that believes in what we're doing. We've got support. I truly feel like I got the best job in the country. I really do. So I enjoy walking into the office every day. I enjoy the camaraderie. Guys like Joel Gordon, who chose to come here and stay here, and Cody Burns and Hoodie, who I've known from being a player to now an incredible offensive line coach at Todd Orlando, who I used to coach against and respect so much. And go down the list. I'm like, I'm just, I'm blessed. I'm fortunate. I'm so lucky, I guess, to be in this position, but I've also worked really hard to get here. I'm just really, really humbled to continue to serve our players and continue to serve this university. And I don't know, I'm, yeah, I feel really blessed.
Anything else, Coach?
Thank you guys.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Joe. Go. Cigar. Thank you guys.
So smiled on you there, trying to get a penalty and slung it up there and came up with a touchdown.
Yeah, that's the reason we snapped the ball. But you know, Keyshawn gonna make a play, and when you give him an opportunity to make a play, give any of our guys the opportunity to make a play, that's what happens. So you know, luck, whatever you want to call it, I call it our dudes being dudes.
So
You really were trying to get them like 12 men on the field in that play.
Yeah, there were 12 men on the field.
Okay.
yeah, so it was a field goal game. It was an old school. Is that the moment when it's okay? This thing's opened up now. Did that kind of change the trajectory of the game once you hit that one?
Um, I mean, I guess you could say that, but you know, it was just us playing one play at a time, doing what we do, and uh, just trusting play by play, and that was it.
When Nico trotted out for that game winner, what was going through your mind?
We won.
We won.
When you came here, the team won one game. Now you've beaten two ranked teams. You won in Gainesville. What's what's your feeling about where you were and where you are? How it's progressed to this point?
You know, this team is truly a brotherhood. Uh, Offense didn't start off too well early, and defense held us in the game. Special teams held us in the game, and you know, by just playing one play at a time, when one brother's down, other brothers there to pick them up, and that's really what this whole game was about. Just us being a cohesive unit and playing together.
Could you speak about the impact Alvin and Isaac made on the game, and particularly the little swing pass at the end on the drive? You know,
Dog, dog.
Byron, the last series, the last couple of plays, was the plan just to get it in the middle of the field and take the field goal, or were you trying to score?
The plan was to score. We always try to score.
When you ran that play, first play of the drive on the touchdown drive, you threw a little pass. The running back makes a great catch to get you guys started on that first round, 15, 16 yards. How important was it to get that initial first down on that touchdown drive?
Again, the first down is what we preach because that allows us to get our tempo going, get our offense going. So uh, by doing that, that allowed us to get in the rhythm, get in the flow, and then execute later down the road.
When you were watching the game, there was never any fear or any worry during that game, no matter what the score was. How important is that to get in the huddle and just look at your guys and go, we're going to win this thing?
I mean, we're confident in each and every one on that team. Everybody has trust. Everybody has a level of belief that we expect to win. Anytime we step in between those white lines. So by doing that, and you know all the hard work from January to now, I mean, it speaks for itself. Confidence in each other.
Thanks.
Your receiver room is really showing its depth. Obviously, you got Keyshawn with the big plays, but you got Moody, who came up huge tonight. Then you also got Christian, Chaz, you name it. You've got to be very pleased with how all you guys are working together in the passing game now.
100%. Like I said, we got tremendous playmakers all around the field. It's a matter of me getting the ball to them and letting them make plays with the ball in their hands, and that's what a lot of tonight was. And you know, you saw a little sparks here and there, but we got to be better for sure.
Byron, you beat Boise State and now you beat ranked Florida and Swamp. How does that impact your confidence levels as you look ahead towards Miami?
Um, you know, our confidence level is always high. We're focused about us. It's always been about us. Never about who we're playing or who they have on their team. We're just gonna do what we do on a day-to-day basis, execute, uh, and that's really it. So we got, like I said, we expect to win anytime we're in between those white lines, no matter the opponent.
Does it feel better when you're beating an opponent that, had a 7-point advantage going in their home, stadium.
It's always great to get a win on the road. Going in there, you like the villain. They don't want you to win, and just overcoming those odds. Uh, I mean, it's truly, truly amazing.
Do you like embracing that role as the villain?
It don't matter what role we play. We gonna play to win at the end of the day.
When it comes to Keyshawn, this second straight lead and making a leading acrobatic touchdown catch down the field, what does it mean to this offense to have someone that can not only take the top on defense, but also make plays over defenders for touchdowns?
I mean, it's amazing. It's about winning or one on one, and anytime the ball's in the air and Keyshawn, I like to call it 60-40. But we got all the advantage because anytime the ball's in the air in his vicinity of his arms, he gonna come down with it. I got all the trust and belief in that.
Byron, how were you and the offense able to be so effective in such a raucous road environment?
Just preparation throughout the week. Coach putting us in a great plan, a great you know, just a great plan for the game. We had a little silent cadence and able to deal with the noise, and that was really it.
Do you guys think you played your best game offensively tonight?
We did not.
Sorry if you answered this, my mind's kind of late in the first half. You escape what looks like a collapse pocket. You make a 20-yard run to set up Nico's field goal late in the first half. Can you walk us through that?
Um, Stepped up, saw grass, went and took the grass, and tried to score. He got me about in my shoelace, but that was really it.
Where I'm on the last drive, I think you took over at the 11, and worked it down for the winning field goal. Did you feel peace? Did you feel excitement? Did you feel confidence? What was your mind like as you took your team down the field for that?
Um, we just played the next play. That was really it. We honed in the details for that specific play that was called and did what we had to do. On to the next, on to the next, on to the next, and that was a consistent play by O line, tight ends, wide receivers, and running backs and myself. So credit to those guys. I mean, we couldn't get out there without the O line. O line, I felt played a great job today.
Coach Golesh said he told you guys humble, celebrate tonight, humble, and move on. You guys are getting a lot of attention, and you deserve attention. What's the balance between, enjoying that and not paying attention to it? How do you feel about just all, lots of people are gonna be talking about it even more than last week now.
For sure. We'll I guess embrace it today, but it's all about us, all about the inner circle, about the people in that facility, and um, we're gonna enjoy this tonight and get ready to go back to work tomorrow.
How important were the running backs in the passing game today?
Extremely important. They were able to make plays, and then wideouts blocked tremendously down the field to allow them to spring big runs.
On the sold out Swamp, the sold out visitor section, what does it mean, 2-hour drive, but still the Bulls fans come out? What does that mean to you?
Means a lot. Shout out Bulls Nation for making that drive. We appreciate you and thank you so much. Go Bulls.
Thanks, Byron.
Thank you so much.
How y'all doing?
What's up?
Great. Amazing. Both of these mics on?
What's your emotions, Matt?
Proud of us. Really proud. Like I said, and I always tell y'all this, y'all gonna get so aggravated with me, but I try to be even kill. I know, it's early in the season right now. We've got so much to accomplish. We did not play as well as we wanted to, and we knew we could. Granted, we did go home with the win, so I'm really happy about that. But like I said, we've got a long way to go as a team, and that's really where my focus is. That's where my brain is.
So Nico had a long attempt that fell short with 2:52 to go. Sometimes you don't get that second chance, but you guys gave him that second chance. What about that 3-and-out that you guys forced to give the ball back to the offense? What stands out to you about what you guys did to get them off the field?
That's probably my most proud moment of the game. Just throughout history of our defense these past 3 years. Being a solid defense, and then last year getting in some of those moments where we've got to get a stop right now, and us not being capable of getting that done. tonight we proved to ourselves that we can do that. And we went out there and we looked at each other in that huddle before we walked out on the field, and we reminded each other of that feeling that we felt, whenever we weren't able to accomplish that. So, looking in everybody's eyes, like we all had that belief, and not even belief, excuse me. We all had that expectation of everybody to go out there and do their 111th, and that's what we were able to do.
And you're talking about those like last two drives where you're forcing them to punt, essentially end things.
100%.
When Nico made the kick to win it, were you watching it? What did you think when you saw it go through there?
First thing I'm thinking was how much time's gonna be left on the clock. I didn't know if they were gonna give them like a second or two on the clock. So I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna go on kickoff. Like Coach Kramer's calling me and Shu trying to get us on kickoff. So I hadn't really processed what exactly happened when it happened. And then, as I'm getting ready to buckle my helmet up, I look at the board and it says, 0-0-0-0, and I was like, oh man. Good job, Nico. I got really excited then, and obviously started celebrating and hugging people, stuff like that.
How important was it that you made Florida earn every possession? No four-play quick drives. Even from the 20, it took them 8 plays. After that, it was 13, 14 plays. You forced them to kick field goals. How important was that?
uh Part of the philosophy of this defense is to make them snap it again. It's really hard, especially nowadays, I would say, for an offense to get out there and go, for a 15 plus drive. Like that's really hard. Offenses really want to score fast. They want to get into the end zone really quick. So the mindset of make them snap it again, and when we get down there in our red zone, just really bow up, lean on each other, and execute. You know what I'm saying? We have a motto, on the team, fourth and inches, like, and that's kind of where we want to play every single down, like it's fourth and inches, and we exemplified that today. And again, like I just want to clarify, like that's an expectation for us. So really proud of us, really extremely proud of us, and that's growth from where it used to be.
So many times in the second half, guys were out in an island. They had to make a play one-on-one, and you pretty much made every one of them. How proud are you of not only you, but the guys you played with?
Oh man, like when I look at the game, I don't look at myself or what I accomplished individually. Like my whole thing about it is, the more I lift these guys up and the more I let them know, who they are and give them, their praise and their confidence, the better it will eventually be for the team. So every single time, like Jarv, he gave up a play. Um, I forget what quarter it was, but he gave up a play, and I was the first person to him, and I let him know, like, you're good, like you're good. And he came back and he made a play, and he came to me and he said, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate you for trusting me to, bring that back and make that play. Thank y'all for stopping the drive, and that's what it's all about. Like, just leaning on each other, believing in each other, and having an expectation of each other to go out there, execute, and do our jobs and make plays.
This program was created 29 years ago in the thought of Florida. The swamp was like a distant dream. A lot of those people were sitting in the stands today. Yeah, it's big for you guys, but can you appreciate the people who seen this whole thing and to have a moment like they had tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Essentially that's kind of what we do it for, like the people who paved the way for us to be here today. Um, like when we did the inaugural event for the stadium being built, we had a lot of older guys come back and like talk about their stories and what they had to do and how they had to, run the practice way over here in the trailers instead of actually having a facility. And like, you think about those times, over and over and over again, and you tell yourself, like, as you go out there on the field, like these are the guys that you're essentially playing for, and you're also playing for the culture of the program as an entirety. You know what I'm saying? Like when the stadium gets built, I want to come back and still see that violent team, that we are today.
A spoiler team, being the team that's going into, a road game and, being the villains winning and making, the home crowd feel disappointed. How much do you buy into that? How much does that like shape the way that you think about, where you guys are as a team?
Well, I have a huge love for the game of football in general. So, going into a stadium and hearing all the boos kind of fires me up. I love hearing it. It makes me excited. and I love especially coming into a big packed out stadium like this and getting the job done with my guys, obviously. But at the end of the day, like I always say, like it's about us. It's about us, and it's gonna forever be about us. As long as we continue to stay together, like stay connected, and continue to focus on our process. Wake up tomorrow morning and erase it. You know what I'm saying? And keep going. I feel like that's where we are now as a team.
Yeah, when racing it at the other side, you beat Boise, and now you beat Florida, and now you have Miami. Do you kind of let those thoughts of like, okay, them too, like rest in your mind?
Nah, it's a reset. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if obviously you want to feed off the momentum that you have in the positives, but like I said, we've got so much to clean up just as a defense alone. So that's the mindset. Let's go clean us up and let's reset tomorrow and get on the Miami tape and then we'll go from there.
You guys took it to another level in the second half. What was the environment like amongst the defense, like at halftime, that allowed you guys to, clamp down so much in the second half?
It was like I said, the connectivity. Like this game was won, from the defensive side off of love, and I could definitely tell you the same thing for the offensive side and special teams. But it was off of love. Like not wanting to let your guys down, not wanting to, disappoint, and not wanting to be the one to not strain. Because like where we are at this point in time in our program is if you're not straining, if you're not connected, if you're not running for your brothers, playing for your brothers, you stick out like a sore thumb. And nobody wants to be that. And that's like the most thing, the biggest thing I'm proud of where we've come as a team and as a culture of a program.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Matt.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. God bless you all.
Yes, Lord. Nico, trotted out for that last field goal. Coach said he didn't say anything to you. He said you usually talk to yourself and say something in Spanish. What would you say?
I'm praying.
You're praying,
So
praying in Spanish.
yes, and saying certain things, but I was just praying the verse Exodus 15:2, and the ending of the verse is exalt him, and it just with whatever I do, good or bad, I just want to give him the glory and give him the praise.
How did you feel going out for that last?
Yeah, I felt good. I felt good in the net warming up, and then I trust that our offense was going to get us in range, and they got us to like a great spot right there on the two in the middle, and then our defense also had a great stop at the end too, and then our offense went out on the field. But I felt good going out on the field, felt good, and I just try to do the same thing I do in practice.
The 58-yarder, Nico, you hit
Sir.
it straight, very straight, just a little bit short. When you left your foot, did you think you got it?
Yes. So yeah, we went out late on the play clock, and I did my steps. I felt like I hit a good ball, and I thought it was going in. It was flying straight down the middle, and then just a little short. Yeah.
What were you thinking too? You get the offense gets back out onto the
Mhm.
field, and you're thinking, okay, well, let's you might have another opportunity.
Yes.
Coming up just as quickly, right?
Yeah. So when coming off the field on the 58-yarder, some of the defensive players are like, "We're gonna give you another shot. We're gonna give you another shot." And then I just went to my net and started focusing on my next kick. And right now, I just got to focus on the next kick I have and not think on this. You learn from things you did wrong and did things you didn't do good, and the things you did not or and the things you did good, but just to learn from it and keep growing every day.
On the last snap,
Yes.
a little high, but the holder got it down perfectly. Did that affect your timing, or it was just, hey, I got it?
Honestly, I thought it was I talked to Garrett after a great snapper, and I thought it was a good snap. Laces were forward, the hold was excellent, and we work that every day. So it's just keep working it every day.
Garrett's your holder, and who was your snap?
So,
Who's your holder?
Chase Leon is our holder, and then Garrett Cates is a snapper.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you in your mind's eye picture that kick going up and what you did, or is it just a blur?
On it, yeah, it's just a blur. Honestly, I don't even remember.
Yeah, just
Yes, sir.
chaos.
Yes.
Is this like as happy as you've been on a football field to
Yeah,
come along
I
like
think
this?
so. Yes, I know we had some great wins last year, but now it's just on to the next. It's enjoy with the guys tonight, but then tomorrow wake up, reset, and it's on to the next.
What do you think this says about the program? You guys have started with wins over two ranked teams, and not everybody was thinking that was going to happen.
I think Coach Golesh just preaches process. Come in and work every single day. And that's one thing that I really worked on is this summer is my process and keep every day like it's a game day. So when we go out and practice or go out in a game, it feels like a practice. So that's one thing I worked on with all the specialist group, and the whole team has done that as well.
When it comes to you as a player, right, a stadium like this, are you someone that thrives off the energy of it, or are you just someone that, snap after snap, no matter where you are, it's the same process, the same thing every single time?
It's always the same process. Steps are always the same. What I'm telling myself is always the same, and it's I try to make it the exact same as practice day and a game day.
Pretty dramatic is in attendance tonight.
Actually, so my dad, he's in Atlanta
Right.
for the Bucks game, and then so my brother, just called him. He was at home, and I called my uncle. He's at home watching it with my brother. So I just want to say hello to all of them because I called all of them and they're so happy.
People kind of poo-poo special teams thinking it's not that special. This game was decided on a bad snap safety. How important are special teams?
Yeah, it's super important. Coach Creamer and Coach Majewski preach that all the time that special teams wins you football games, really. So that's why I feel we meet so much as a specialist group, but also as a special teams group to go and execute the best way we can.
I
Yeah,
think
thank you.
You and this team's gonna get a lot of attention this week from not just Tampa, like everywhere. No one telling who's gonna come out as woodwork. How do you guys handle that? What's the best way, you guys can enjoy the attention, but focus?
I think for me, it's go back to your process, go back to what I did last week and the week before, and just go through that process. Don't listen to the outside noise and just focus on what I can control.
Nico, you're now a part of an iconic moment in this program's history.
Mm.
What does that mean to you?
No, I'm just thankful, really thankful. I talked about it earlier, just thankful to the Lord for putting me in this moment, but also just thankful for all the coaches that pushed me and helped me be the best version of myself every day.
Thank you, Nico.
Yeah, thank you
Thank you
guys.
very much. Appreciate
Thank you guys.
A couple minutes for Keyshawn before we got to roll out of here too.
Joey, crud.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nico.
Sean, how would you describe your touchdown? Um, Coach said there was some confusion on the other side, trying to get 12 men on the field, and maybe you're just trying to throw it up and get a penalty, but you end up with a touchdown. What happened from your standpoint?
So basically, like, caught him off guard, cut the ball, and then I made a play.
It looked like you were between two guys, and they kind of bumped each other, and
Yeah.
you just kind of
Called it.
knifed through them, and is that what happened?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How exciting was that? Because it was sort of a field goal game back and
Yeah.
forth, and that sort of opened it up. Did that just kind of give you guys a lot of confidence?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Like, like I said, like once that happened, everything changed. Like the move, the tone, and everything. Like everybody, like was like, oh yeah, we got it now. So,
And what was it like for you to watch the field goal if you did, and then on the field, was it just like craziness out there?
oh yeah, I was happy because like Florida's really good, and they're also like a ranked team. So like, we was like all happy, and I was also with my and my teammate Wyatt. We were just standing there like waiting on him and to make it, and he made it, and like everybody around the field. It's like basically like there was like a very like amazing.
From watching up in the press box, there didn't seem like any moments of panic on that offense. It just looked like a businessman's job. Hey,
Yeah.
we're going to get it done. It may take us a little longer. Is that
Mhm.
the mentality you had?
Oh yeah, always, but we always think of it as like next play. So like whatever happened in the first quarter and in the second quarter, it don't matter. As long as we do our job in that one moment, then
On the touchdown, when did you spot it in the air? Because, normally just run down and then like, okay, I figure it's coming now.
yeah.
When did you pick it up?
Well, like once I passed the dude and I realized that the ball was short, so I just went up went up and attacked it, and then I just scored.
You knew it was going to be a jump
Ye-
ball,
Oh
right?
yeah, Yes, sir.
Rebound.
Yeah.
Keyshawn, what was it like? You got the ball back at the 11,
Yes, sir.
you know, with not a lot of time.
Mhm.
What was the feeling in the huddle like as you guys marched down the field? Was there confidence,
Oh, yeah.
peace? What were you guys feeling as you got this thing done?
Oh, the whole time in the huddle, we just telling everybody and stay calm, and we got to the bag, cause I got confidence in everybody. So it's like, once we got going, it was over with.
This your second straight week with the leaping touch on grab where you're going up over multiple defenders. What's your mentality when that ball's in the air, whether you're 5 yards down the field or 50
Yeah.
yards down the field?
Or I'm coming out with it every time. Like it don't matter if it's 3 people on me, 2 people on me. I'ma always get it.
Keyshawn, you've had some good moments before the season, but you guys have beaten 2 ranked teams, and you're going to get a lot of attention from all over the country and maybe the world. I don't know. So, what's your feeling about enjoying that versus now we're focusing on Miami?
But I mean, for these last 2 weeks, like there was like great games, but we're not worried about that now. Now we're worried about Miami and the next week and the week after that. So
Keyshawn, Byron talked to us a little bit about, being the spoilers of college football, being the villains,
yeah.
kind of getting to go to a road opponent and beat them at home.
Mhm.
Is that a role that you like to embrace, that, you want to step into?
Oh yes. Oh yes, ma'am. Yeah, of course. Uh, I feel like to like beat them at their place, and especially when like, everybody is like counting us to lose. Yeah, like it's a great feeling.
Did you enjoy being out there with that noise and that
Oh yeah.
crowd? And was it fun?
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah.
What happened? Just like bring it on? Just
Mhm.
it,
Yes, sir.
it didn't affect you or
Oh
didn't,
no,
yeah.
not
Did
at
it?
all.
Yeah. Is this about as fun as you've had on a football field this game?
Oh yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, like especially like playing playing like with my teammates because they're like my brothers to me. So it's like yeah, like every time we go on that field, I basically like, always want to have fun. If we're winning or we're losing, like we still want to have fun. So
Thank you, Keyshawn.
Thanks, Keyshawn.
Thank you, everyone.
Keyshawn.
I appreciate it.
See you.